You cannot. Okay.
Holy Spirit,
They better do it, Lord.
Holy Spirit,
You better get them, Lord.
Holy Spirit,
Before I get them, Lord.
activate.
Hey.
Activate. Let's go. Holy Spirit, activate.
Oh no.
Holy Spirit, activate.
Okay.
Holy Spirit, activate.
Okay.
Activate.
Hey, hey,
Let's go.
they say I ain't saved cause I cuss a little bit. But you're the only judge that I need and that's it. They always in my business cause they say I backslid. They read the Holy Bible but they ain't applying it. So Holy Spirit activate. If you do it right now, that would be great. I ain't trying to smack this chick in the face. Don't you see me down here trying to change my way. So
Holy Spirit,
you better do it, Lord.
Holy Spirit,
You better get them, Lord.
Holy Spirit,
Before I get them, Lord.
activate.
Hey, hey, hey.
You cannot. Okay.
Holy Spirit,
They
activate.
better do it, Lord.
Holy Spirit,
You better get them, Lord.
Holy Spirit,
Before I get them, Lord.
activate.
Hey.
Activate. Let's go. Holy Spirit, activate.
Oh no.
Holy Spirit, activate.
Okay.
Holy Spirit, activate.
Okay.
Activate.
Hey, hey,
Let's go.
they say I ain't saved cause I cuss a little bit. But you're the only judge that I need and that's it. They always in my business cause they say I backslid. They read the Holy Bible but they ain't applying it. So Holy Spirit activate. If you do it right now, that would be great. I ain't trying to smack this chick in the face. Don't you see me down here trying to change my way. So
Holy Spirit,
you better do it, Lord.
Holy Spirit,
You better get them, Lord.
Holy Spirit,
Before I get them, Lord.
activate.
Hey, hey, hey.
She's so cute. I love her. Shout out to my boo Arlisha. Y'all go check her out on IG. And she's on TikTok and so many other places. Welcome to the SeanDavieWay show. Hello, everyone. Hello. Hi. Did you guys miss me? Did you guys miss me? Did you guys miss me? So yeah, I'm here and I'm queer. Absolutely. Last time I was here, obviously, I kicked it off. I came in the room knocking everything down, and then, you leave after that. You don't knock everything down and stay. Like, no, get out of there, commit the crime and run. So, yes, her flip. So that's what I did. I committed the crime and I ran. And I came, we came back live and I just laughed because I just found it funny, So, SeanDavieWay. Me. I am not a beefer. Like, that's not what I do. Can I? Yes. Have I? Yes. Do I? No. No, it's just not something that I do. So me and that YouTuber, we're not beefing. Like that's not what's going on. I don't know what y'all used to. I'm gonna need y'all to hit the like, hit the like, hit the like, hit the like. I'm really about to start going back getting Michael Jackson's cousin because y'all really be trying to with the likes. Okay, they're free. They're free. No, I think I'm just starting to actually offer money. I don't know. Should I just start asking you guys for money instead of likes? Should I just like, guys? Everybody sends some money. So it's like her flip. Which one's easier? Doing something free or doing something that? And then if sending me money, you got to press some more buttons, to do that. But with hitting a like, it's just one button. So it's like her flip. So please hit the like, hit the like, hit the like. So again, this YouTuber and I, we're not beefing. That because again, that's not what I don't do that. Again, back in the day, when we first came on here, and it was what it was. But as of now, I'm amazing. So with me being amazing, I don't do that. So that YouTuber and I, we don't like each other. It is what it is. That's nothing new. Of course, like whatever. I'm always going to shade her. I'm always going to say things to him. It's always going to be a problem. I really, there's not a care in me for the people that care about how I feel about that YouTuber. I do not care. Why I don't care is because it don't have anything to do with y'all. Like y'all are weird. I don't care who subscribes. I don't care who unsubscribes. I don't care. Like, you got to get that. When you come in my comments and you say, Sean, you're a friend in my head, that's literally where it starts and stops, in your head. Okay? So if I say something about a YouTuber that you like, just know I don't give up how you feel about it because it's not about you. Boom. So that's why I said there's no beefing. Like that YouTuber and I, we're not beefing. No, because I would go on and on and on and on in. Like that's just how I do it. I go live multiple times a day with a name and a title, all of that. Like, because that's how I get down. I'll put an address on it. That YouTuber, even responding to me, he goes live and does and opens the panel so that other people can come and say what he won't say. What he won't say. I ain't never been that big of a punk before in my life. Like, I'm not scary. I'm not any of those things. I'll address a person head on. I'll say people's names, all of that. A number is a number. I don't look at it, like that. I really don't. So again, I don't care what anybody thinks about how I feel about another YouTuber. I don't care. Don't like it, don't watch. Unsubscribe, bye. I mean, it's 100 more thousand where you came from. So, I mean, you got to stop feeling that way because I don't care because y'all always come back. Like that'd be the weird thing about it. Here, flip. So, yeah, I really don't care like at all whatsoever. So stop DMing me about you wishing that myself and this YouTuber would just get along because you like the both of us and stuff like that. I don't care because it's not about you. It's not. It's not. If you don't like your neighbor, can I DM you and make you like your neighbor? No, right? Because you have your own opinion of that person. If you don't like a coworker, can I come in your DM and make you not like that coworker? I mean, and make you like that coworker? Can I come in your DM and work that out? No, right? Because you feel how you feel. I don't know what you go through because I don't have the experience with that person that you do. So I'm going to need y'all to realize that. It's not hating. It's not any of those things. I'm not jealous. None of that. And then for the people that say that YouTuber, he never said you were jealous. He never said this. He never compared himself to you. Well, not the jealous part. Him saying that he never compared himself to me. Saying that I'm jealous is a comparison. A comparison. Saying that I'm envious, anything like that, that you're comparing me to you. You're saying that you feel like you're better than me and I want what you have because you're better, is what you are saying. I'm none of those things. That's why I broke down our roads are different. So that's why I said, don't compare me. Because I shade you. I do. And I'm expecting you to do the same thing. But going live and doing a comparison, gross. Like, yeah, let's not do that. Our roads getting here are completely different. So stop it. Like, let's not. If you have to work 3-4 jobs to get yourself through school and your roommate was spoiled the whole time, that's it. Barely got their degree, barely graduated. They can't compare themselves to you. Like, no, sweetie. I barely got any rest because I was at work all day just to go to school, and had to retain information along that way. And it was a breeze for you. You got to chill. That's why I brought up Tasha K. That's it. Like, so just to show, like, we're not the same. So we don't need to be comparing ourselves to each other because we're not. I don't compare myself to him. I don't do that because it's two different lanes. So instead, I shade him and he already know what that work. He already know what it is. So I don't care what you think. Please don't feel like I do. I don't. I could care less. I'm not going to go live every day like gross. Like going back with him. Like, no, because I speak directly. I'll say a person's name. I'll put them in my I'll do all that stuff because again, I'm not scary. I'm not a loser. So I don't open my panel because there's plenty of people that don't like that YouTuber. And I don't sit over here and open up my panel so that people can come up here and disrespect him because of how I feel. No. If I have something to say to him, I'll say it. I don't need to open up a panel and just sit here and let everybody go in on the people that I don't like. And I sit there and act like I don't, like, clearly you're pressed. Like, I mean, you are, but you're weak sauce. Because if you weren't weak, then you would say these things yourself. Y'all, I'm disrespectful. I'm not on panels and stuff hooping and hollering at women. Like, it don't matter who the woman is. I'm not doing that. I don't talk to plenty of women on here that I've had disagreements with. I don't yell at them to the top of my lungs, screaming at them, manic. Like, yeah, I don't do none of that. I don't do none of that. Like, y'all are weird. Like, we are different. Like, let's not compare. Let's not make me petty. But he's sitting over there literally screaming and shouting at women. but don't ever have that energy for a person like me. Like, I'm a whole man. Hit me with your best shot. Scream at me, holler at me. I'm completely fine with that. Like, that's cool, man to man. But you on whole pain, you screaming at women. Oh no! All this, like, chill out. Because there's been plenty of men that have disagreed with you on your panel, sir, and they didn't get even a piece of this energy. Yeah, not even a piece. I defended him because another man was attacking him when he and I were on a panel together. That person is a ghost. But this woman, she gets shouted at and screamed like you're trash. I mean, that's how I look at it. But let's go over in Sean's comments because Sean's jealous. Sean, this isn't a good look for you. This isn't a good look on you. Have you not seen my other videos? Girl, this is nothing new. If anything, I've dialed it down. I absolutely have, because I used to. We would get down. We'd come over here and get down. Like, that's what we would do. But I would do it alone. I wouldn't bring anybody on. I wouldn't invite anybody to come. Oh, you don't like this person too? Come up here. Let's talk about it. Come on, let me open up the panel. Let me set up a topic because everybody knows that this YouTuber is saying certain things about me. So let me set it up so that they know that I know and I'm acknowledging it subliminally. And then I'm going to open up my panel so a bunch of people that don't like that YouTuber can come up and discuss it. You're trash. You're weak. Like, that's why I won't beef with him, because he don't want it. And I'm not a bully. So I'm not going to drag somebody that is completely doing something else with their content in life. I'm going to leave him be. I'm going to leave him be. He's had plenty of interviews. Why am I not saying this about all of the other ones? Why? Because he has other just audio of interviews. I'm not saying that he wasn't telling the truth. And I'm not saying he borrowed audio. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. It's this one. And I said what I said, and I stand on it. I absolutely do. And I'm not the only one. So let's get into the other people that do. So welcome to the show again. The title is R. Kelly Blames Tasha K and Lifetime for Verdict. YouTuber attacks the neighborhood talk for discredit. So let's get into that. Why not? Why not? Why not? So, boom, let me pull this up. Okay, so the neighborhood talk posted this audio of R. Kelly. Let me pause it. This audio of R. Kelly, okay, and it says from behind the wall, R. Kelly blames Lifetime Network for ruining his life in recorded call. Before Lifetime, I had no charges. Okay, so we're going to get into that. So with this phone call, if you pay attention now, it has been changed, but this YouTuber is now going to make this big. This YouTuber at the bottom in the blue is now tagged as the source. But before that happened, okay, which was changed to that YouTuber now, okay. But before that happened, this YouTuber was very upset. He went around on a tangent because the neighborhood talk did post it. Let's get into. Okay, so the neighborhood talk did post it, but they did not credit. They removed the credit from Storm. So at first, it was that YouTuber name that I just said, him, Rick Party, and I am Natasha Simone that were tagged at the bottom. But if you look down at the bottom, this was yesterday. If you look down at the bottom, just Natasha Simone and Rick Party are tagged in it. There is no, that other YouTuber. He is not in the tag. So that YouTuber was very upset in beige and decided to go on a tangent. So that YouTuber went underneath the neighborhood talk and asked the neighborhood talk why they didn't give him the credit, or why was the credit removed and whatnot. And I guess the neighborhood talk, Kyle, the owner, Kyle Anthony, the owner, didn't get back to him fast enough. I don't know on that YouTuber's end, but on Kyle's, I can speak on for him because we talked. So I talked to Kyle Anthony, which again, I've been cool with Kyle. He shared us on the Neighborhood Talk and all of that good stuff. There was one time that they shared us, but they didn't say our name. And we didn't go on a tangent. I didn't go live. I didn't say F the Neighborhood Talk. Everybody knows how big of a fan, if you follow Sean, how big of a fan of their blog that I am. I use them as for my hot topics, among a lot of other things. And yeah, I love the blog. I really like it. So they shared us before. It's like a year and a half ago or 2 years ago. And they didn't give us credit, but they corrected it and gave us our credit. They absolutely did. And then they shared us again. If you go to the top of my YouTube, right here, top of my YouTube, top of my IG, you'll see right here that the Neighborhood Talk featured us on that. So they gave us our credit, and then they shared our YouTube and whatnot, just like personally telling people to go check us out. So, and I never said anything to Kyle. Kyle did all of that on his own. He did it all on his own. So, but I never came forward and yelled at them or cussed them out or told my followers to go over there and say this, say that, go over here and do da 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 da. I never told them to do any of those things. I was just glad that we were posted, like they knew who we were. I was excited about that because there's a lot of blogs and blogs, YouTubers, bloggers, stuff like that, that aren't shared on the bigger blogs, and we were. So I was just excited. So I could have cared less, about it. But clearly, this YouTuber does. So since the Neighborhood Talk removed his tag from the R. Kelly audio, he got upset. So he went live twice, I believe, maybe more. I don't know. And was telling his people to go over there and let the Neighborhood Talk know. I'm not going to go into verbatim into what he said because I only listened to like 2 or 3 minutes of it because I got bored immediately. So he was over there stating that he was upset, which again, if it's his audio, he has that right. So to be annoyed, but I mean, to do all of that when the Neighborhood Talk has been really good to that YouTuber, they shared him a lot and whatnot. And if you look, I have a video of him because he used to flirt with Kyle Anthony, in my opinion. I feel like he used to try to sleep with Kyle. That's just how I felt. The video was still up. The video is still up. Go look at it. This ain't nothing new. So it's no new shade. It's old shade. And I said that I thought that he was trying to sleep with Kyle. I absolutely did. Because just is how I felt. Like he was every time Kyle commented or said anything, he right underneath the comment to liking it. I'm like, oh, very gay. But here, flip, whatever. So because Kyle and Vaughn, kind of not favor, but is in the same realm. So that's his type. That is definitely his type. Von Ray is his type, and so is Kyle Anthony. So with that being said, with the whole him going on a tangent, him getting upset about this situation with Kyle, he posts this. He says, so the conspiracies are real. How was that the Neighborhood Talk initially credits me for using my audio interview with R. Kelly, only to then discredit me and credit the incorrect people, okay? Mind you now, you can clearly hear it's the Storm Show, okay, in the background. Like this ish is pitiful at this point. So let's listen to the audio really quick that he's referring to. Okay, let's get into that. Let's get into the audio really quick so we can hear for ourselves. Let me pull this up, boom. Now listen.
Real women out here really being abused, really missing. They're really missing. They're really chained up in basements. I've been in here 4 years. I haven't seen one person that was ever chained up in a basement come forward for anything. But I tell you one thing, before Lifetime came out, I was minding my business. I was in the studio. I was working with celebrities. I had tours. But when Lifetime came out, all of that went away. Meaning, before Lifetime came out, I had no charges pending against me. Nobody had went to a radio station or had went to, a police station. It took a year to put together Lifetime. If all of the things they said I did on Lifetime were true, it only take a minute to go to a police station. But when there's a crime committed, you don't go make a movie on it. You go to the police station. Nobody had done that. Quick on Lifetime, as far as Lifetime is concerned.
Now we're back to the beginning of the clip, but at the end, you do hear his theme, the YouTuber's theme song. You can hear it at the end. So I would agree. That's why I said I understood why that YouTuber was annoyed, because it was his audio. Well, you could hear the theme song towards the end. You don't hear it all throughout that clip, but then towards the end of the clip, you hear the theme, right? Here, flip. So during this time, with this same audio clip, it's the same video that the Neighborhood Talk posted right here. It's still up. At the time, the people that were tagged was Natasha Simone and Rick Party. Okay. Hold on, let me just go to my profile because it's on here. Yeah, right here. Boom. So at the time, just if you look at the bottom, I know it's small print, but if you look at the bottom, the two tags of blue is I am Natasha Simone, sorry, and at Rick Party. That YouTuber, again, is not mentioned, okay? It's not mentioned, it's not tagged. So this was the reason this YouTuber put up this post here about being upset that they were not added in. Now, I've stated before, which I still state. Now, let me put this more in layman's terms. So for the people that feel that I was saying that that YouTuber literally went over to Natasha Simone and Rick Party and just took their interview and never spoke to R. Kelly and then put it up, that is not what I'm saying. Y'all are weird. I never said that. Even in my video, I state that it's easy for that YouTuber to prove, because all he would have to do is just play the beginning of the call, because then you would know that he was like, hey, blah, 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 I'm who I am, and he is who he is. Just an introduction. Easy, no big deal. It's how I looked at it. So I wasn't stating that he never spoke to him. This is what I'm stating. So because I feel like, y'all, for the ones in the back, what I'm stating is that YouTuber and Rick Party, which is Natasha Simone's producer, okay, this woman right here, okay, and her producer, Rick actually spoke to R. Kelly on Natasha's end. R. Kelly does know who Natasha is, even stated her name in the phone call with her producer, Rick, okay? So he knows exactly who she is. Boom. Moving along. The conversations are exclusive, and they're exclusive from Rick, and he gives them to Natasha, okay, for her commentary purposes, all right? Boom. Now that that's explained, the YouTuber and Rick, the producer, her producer, have basically, well, although Rick's conversations are way more in depth, and they talk about a lot of things. Some things seem like a run-on, but they're actually not. It's just kind of like picking up where you left off, because the phone calls are only like 14 to 15-minute interval phone calls. So with that YouTuber, this is me, this is my opinion, what I'm saying, because I know edits, okay? I edit, this is what I do. If you're not an editor, like I said before, if you don't put up edited videos of YouTube to know the process of what it goes through to edit a video, this isn't for you to speak on. But I mean, you can go ahead. But you're not speaking on it from a standpoint to where you know editing. You're speaking on it from a standpoint to where you're just hearing something and just feeling like, oh, okay, well, clearly he said this, cool, right? Now, what I was stating is that with that YouTuber and Rick, because I want y'all to stay with me. If that YouTuber and Rick are having the same conversation, basically not the literal same conversation, because the wording is going to be different, but if the truth doesn't change. So if Robert Steal Your Churn, Sylvester Kelly, is telling the truth, then no matter who he talks to about that topic, it's going to stay the same. So his feelings, Robert Sylvester's Steal Your Churn, Hide Your Daughter, Kelly, how he feels about Tasha K, this is real. He really feels like she messed up certain things. He really feels like she should be arrested. That's true. That he really feels that way. That's his truth. Okay. So the conversation is going to be the same with the information, basically, but worded differently and sometimes literally the same words, type of situation. That YouTuber's audio was trash, right? Because he used a different device than what Rick Party used. So Rick Party used a better device to capture the audio from the phone call. And Stormisha sitting there with a phone basically like this to a recording device. So again, it's not going to be the best audio. It's not going to be extremely crisp. So that's why he even said out his, because I said before he even went live, you edited that video to the gods. Like you super edited that video. And he has said it out of his own mouth that he did super edit it, right? And I know because I do it. Like, so you can't trick my ear. Like I hear it, you know? So with that being said, let's jump back a little bit. So with them again, having basically the same conversation, the same line of questioning, I would say, and not even necessarily that, it's more so of, to me, Robert Steele, Your Turn, Sylvester Kelly is pushing a narrative. Is what he's doing. So it's more so of a, not, I don't want to be interviewed, I want to talk, you know, is what it's giving. Just taking over the conversation and just trying to get as much, that's what narcissists do. Everything is about them. So with that YouTuber's audio being trash, the majority of it, okay, I feel like, in my opinion, that he took pieces of Natasha's and Rick's audio because it's more crisp. Why? Because they're talking about the same thing. So it's not like that YouTuber's interview isn't real. Like it's real, it's just real trash, is what it is. I feel that there were certain elaborations that Rick got with that conversation that YouTuber did not get because, again, R. Kelly knows Rick for years. He's known him. So it's going to be a different comfortability that he has speaking to Rick over this YouTuber. Okay. So his audio being trash, he edited out certain parts and took hers of the same questioning. So that's why the answers don't really, they mesh, but they don't, because the audio keeps changing. 1 minute you hear a bunch of it's kind of staticky, you know, in the background, and then all of a sudden it's crystal clear. That's what I'm saying. Borrowed, whatever you want to put it, because it's the same conversation. So it's not like he is not having like he's talking about something completely different. They're not. They're talking about the same thing, pretty much, in certain parts. They're talking about the same exact thing. So if her answer from the same question that he had is better and it's just jail audio, put that here. Cut mine out, and he said he edited himself out a lot of the things, a question that he asked about a security guard, about the prison guard and whatnot, he edited out. That's why I said, why edit your stuff out? And so again, Rick's conversation with R. Kelly and what he put up with Natasha, it's organic. There's certain edits, meaning more so with audio, just so you can hear the conversation better. That's pretty much all Rick did, editing wise. The YouTuber chopped that, like, it's so bad to where you can't even tell anymore, is this yours or is this hers? Because it's like, I get that it's like the same line of questioning, but it shouldn't be like the exact same wording, you know, because it's like I'm hearing it with him and then I go listen to her and it's like I'm hearing like basically the same thing, and it shouldn't be. It should be different. That's why you put your background music up. Like, anybody's stupid. So that's what I'm saying. Like, it's that simple. Okay. And clearly other people are confused too. Let's get into the neighborhood talk. So with the neighborhood talk, removing his credit and not leaving him as the original creditor to it, because like he said, so the conspiracies, this is him. So the conspiracies are real. How is it that at the neighborhood talk initially credits me for using my audio interview with R. Kelly, only to then discredit me and credit the incorrect people? So again, how is this? And then, because I'm assuming that they were confused by the audio because Rick Party's and Natasha's audio was out first. It's their exclusive. This is not this YouTuber's exclusive. It's not. An exclusive means either first or only one. That's it. First or only one. You're neither. You're not the first to bring out this information when her interview and Rick Party's interview was out 7 days before he dropped his. How is this an exclusive? That makes no sense. Did I put exclusive? Would you like? No. I mean, unless I'm talking about something different. So if he put up exclusive because he has a conversation with Robert talking about Joycelyn or Azriel, something he's not talking about with Rick, then I would understand, him putting exclusive. But how do you put an exclusive with the same conversation? And yours came out after. That doesn't make sense. So either way, you're discrediting Natasha, and that's wrong because she ain't did nothing to nobody. She's done nothing to no one. And then at the same time, it seems as if you may have borrowed some of her audio because yours is trash. And he said more with her. I feel like with Rick's interview with R. Kelly, he got way more information. Way more. So yeah, why are we discrediting Natasha when she was first? That is an exclusive. What'd she do to anybody? To where we need to exclude her. So with him being upset because they took his credit, I believe that the Neighborhood Talk was confused too. We're just like, well, the audio is basically completely the same. So if you can't, and that's the problem, is because it shouldn't be the same. If that YouTuber would have left his audio in there so that you could hear him and things in that nature, then people wouldn't necessarily question it. But it's questionable if when Rick is talking to R. Kelly and there's a pause and he's just letting R. Kelly talk and he sent us his audio and then you send us audio and it's the same thing. It's like, no, it should be different wording. It's not so he chopped and screwed. You mess up your own exclusive and you're mad at everybody else. This exclusive you have. You're mad at us because you messed up. Weird. Just like you're mad at the Neighborhood Talk again because you messed up. Okay? So he wanted Natasha and Rick Party to be discredited for this exclusive when they came out with it first. So it is their exclusive. And again, you're having the same conversations. That's why Natasha, now when she gets off when Rick sends her the interviews now, the conversations, she hurry up and jumps on live. Just so she could get hers out first. So it's like, look, this is mine. This is exclusive conversation. Look, I just got it's 2 hours ago. He just hung up on the phone with R. Kelly. So I'm hurrying up, get over here and put my title up and all that. Y'all heard him get over here because it's people out here. It's people like, yeah, come on, so let me put mine out. So, I don't drop mine. And then, they drop theirs. And then it's, so like she shouldn't have to do all of that. Like now it's like she got to hurry up, and get it out so that she can let people know that what she has is authentic. This is authentic. Now, I don't know what else going on out here in the streets, but this is mine. This is real. Okay. So when they posted or gave them to the credit and not him, although you can hear at the end that his theme song is playing, it's because the audio is the same. That is why the Neighborhood Talk again is confused because they know edits as well. And they have to make sure that the right people are getting their credit. Okay. So he goes on a tangent, this YouTuber goes on a tangent, has people go over there, all of that. He go live, ringing in support of people to go harass the Neighborhood Talk. And I reached out to Kyle. So let's get into what the owner of Neighborhood Talk had to say. Which one should we do? Which one first? I think it's this one. Boom. So I said, boom. I just reached out to Kyle. Like, look, this is easy to clear up. Let me just reach out to him. So I said, hi, Kyle. And this is, as you see, Kyle Anthony, Neighborhood Talk, badge and everything. Okay. This is legit. Hi, Kyle. I'm sure you're aware, but this YouTuber is stating your blog discredited him. I don't feel that's true. I think Natasha Simone and Rick Party had the content out first. Therefore, the information being exclusively from them. That's why the Neighborhood Talk credits them instead of that YouTuber. Is that true? I hope you're not as wonderful, Kyle. Kyle says, hey, yes, that's correct. That's correct. Meaning that Natasha and Rick had the exclusive first. They dropped it. So that's why we have to give them their credit, because they have the actual exclusive. Because that YouTuber has the same information that they have, but theirs came out 7 days ago. Well, now it's been like 8-9 days. Now, I didn't come with assumptions. I'm like, that makes sense. Like, you have to remove them from the credit because they have the exclusive. Like, they had it first. They can't, the exclusive means first. Either only one or first. Okay? So Kyle said yes. He's like, yeah, you're right. Yeah. That's exactly why we did it. But again, you didn't edit that video to the gods. It's not a possibility that you took and borrowed some of their audio because you have the same audio, but theirs was better. That's why because Rick's conversation with R. Kelly just goes. It's an even flow. You don't hear edits. Like you don't hear, it's just the conversation. But you go over to that YouTuber's and it's not like that. It's just like none of this even makes sense. R. Kelly on the phone at the end telling him that I'll call you back with said information. And then he keeps talking in the next clip. I'm like, what? Isn't that the end of the conversation? And then the conversation just is cut towards the end. It's not a, okay, bye, or not. He says goodbye to Rick. He says hello and goodbye to him. But we don't have a beginning or an end because it's super edited. I'm like, yeah, this is like, are you even talking to him? You know, it's like, because I was completely thrown off, you know, as an editor myself, you know, so I hear it. It's not anything that you can show me. I can hear it. I mean, good try. But I mean, at the end of the day, and then why would the Neighborhood Talk not disagree with me? Wouldn't they disagree? Like, no, this YouTuber had it out first. This YouTuber, but no. The audio is so similar to where they credited Tasha, and at the end of this audio, it says your theme song. I didn't put up this post because you swear I'm a hater. Oh, okay. I brought that information out because I'm a liar. Everybody, I don't know why Sean's lying on Storm. I'm not lying. Like that, I'm not him. I'm not coming forward with no bold-faced lie. I'm not a narc. I can admit my wrongs. I absolutely can. I can take accountability. So yeah, I'm completely fine with that. Play us F up. Like, I mean, it is what it is. Play us F up. So from what I heard, I'm like, yeah, that's not organic. Like, it's not an organic flowing conversation. He comes live and states that he edited a lot. He edited even things out that questions. It's like, that's why I'm like, well, why would you do that? Why would you edit out you asking a question? It makes the conversation authentic. Especially if the question wasn't the same question as Rick Bell's. You want to get as much different content as you can. You don't want to be dropping the same content as somebody else. Like, you don't want to, if you're having an exclusive conversation, like meaning nobody else is really talking to this person. So you want to make it as different as possible to make people click it. I'm like, yep, that's weird that it's literally the same. Like, and not the whole time. No, it's switching. It's switching from his original audio to, I believe, in my opinion, again, to some of Natasha's and Rick Bell's. It switches in and out. I'm like, yeah, absolutely. It sure does. If it didn't, if the interviews were completely different, which they should be, doesn't matter if you're asking the same questions, the interview is going to be different. Somebody can interview Jaguar or anybody that I've interviewed before, and even you as a person, I can interview you, and then somebody interview you about the same thing, but it's going to be different, like literally different. It's not going to be pretty much only out of 50 words that are said, 13 of those words or 7 of those words are different. Like, no, it's going to be a different dynamic. Same answer, but the lead up, the build up, all of that is going to be different in how it's approached. So if you're an interviewer asking questions, it's important for your question, anything you said out of your mouth to be on that audio. It's not about you, of course not. But at the same time, this is your content. So you want people to know, like Rick Bell, R. Kelly says his name a whole bunch of times. He makes R. Kelly stop and he asks R. Kelly a question. R. Kelly answers the question. It's authentic. It's like you can tell, like this is an even flowing conversation. What that YouTuber is not. So, and he said it himself. What is the argument here? Why would he admit that he may have borrowed clips? Or why would he admit that? Like, I never expected him to do so. I never expected that. Like here, flip. That's weird. But let's finish getting to what Kyle had to say. So, So I asked him if that was, and I can read that again for the people that was not here. I said hi to Kyle from the Neighborhood Talk. I says, I'm sure you're aware, but Storm Monroe is stating your blog discredited him. I don't feel that's true. I think Natasha Simone and Rick Party have the content out first. Therefore, the information being exclusively from them. That's why the Neighborhood Talk credits them instead of that YouTuber. Is that true? He says, hey, yes, that is correct. So what he sends me is the DM that he spoke to with Natasha Simone. And I'm gonna make this, so right underneath here, you see that he sends me a screenshot. This is the screenshot. So the screenshot, if you look on the screen, it says, this is Natasha Simone reaching out about the piece. She says, thank you for tagging me. I appreciate it. The guy on my audio talking to R. Kelly is Rick Party, my executive producer, who Robert called directly. I'm not sure who that other person is in the tag. And that was the YouTuber that was in the tag. I appreciate you and your team, is what Natasha said. So that is when the Neighborhood Talk went and removed that YouTuber from the clip. As you see in the picture, you see at the top of the screenshot, that is the same video that the Neighborhood Talk posted, the R. Kelly piece, right? So they respond. The Neighborhood Talk, he says, what's his Instagram? Sorry about that. Natasha says, no worry, I appreciate you all. His IG is at Rick Party Live. And then she says, we spoke to R. Kelly yesterday. Here is the footage. So she sends in hers. Because again, she's stating like, hey, she ain't saying like, that's not my audio. She's saying, I don't know who that person is. That conversation is the same conversation. You know, because she's not excluding that. She's not hitting him up saying, that is not my interview. That is not my audio. That's not that. And then another piece, because this is Natasha speaking without speaking. This is why this is tea. So for the people that said I'm lying on Storm, are you sure? Because boom, she says, right, if you look at the screen, she says, thank you for tagging me. I appreciate it. The guy on my audio talking to R. Kelly is Rick Party. Now, if you look up above, that is the same post that the Neighborhood Talk posted. So she's not saying that that's not their audio. She's just stating that my producer is the one that's in it. It's not me. So that is not her saying that in my audio. It's just that's my producer that's interviewing him. And then at the end of that same video, you hear, let's get messy. Because they say I'm lying, girl. They say I'm lying, girl. they say I'm lying, girl. They say I'm a hating liar. Okay. Okay. You can feel that way if you want to. I come with receipts. He comes and talks. I come with receipts. So let's get into this. This is Kyle Anthony. For the people who don't know who he is, that's why I saved this, because I wanted to put a name to the face. But in the audio, you hear,
as far as Lifetime is concerned, there are real people, real women out here really being abused, really missing. They're really missing. They're really chained up in basements. I've been in here 4 years. I haven't seen one person that was ever chained up in a basement come forward for anything. But I tell you one thing, before Lifetime came out, I was minding my business. I was in the studio. I was working with celebrities. I had tours. But when Lifetime came out, all of that went away. Meaning, before Lifetime came out, I had no charges pending against me. Nobody had went to a radio station or had went to, a police station. It took a year to put together Lifetime. If all of the things they said I did on Lifetime were true, it only take a minute to go to a police station. But when there's a crime committed, you don't go make a movie on it. You go to the police station. Nobody had done that. Quick on Lifetime.
So you hear at the end that that's that YouTuber's theme song, but you don't hear the YouTuber at all in the clip. You don't hear him. That breathing, that sigh. Rick Party did that in his interview. He sighed. He did it like, and then again, that YouTuber is not in the clip at all. You don't hear their voice, nothing. All you hear is the theme song at the end. So if that theme song is not in there, there would be no way to differentiate. And there should be if the interviews are completely different, like you say, besides the same questioning. Like what? Like what? What? Why folk come only the theme song at the end is the only thing that clarifies that this is yours. Not just the wording and whatnot within itself. So let's continue to get messy since I am a liar. Let's go ahead. I love this. Boom. So right here it said, okay, well that was them. Wait, is this okay, right. Okay. So I said, I knew that's why. I love your blog and you always give credit. And you give the right people the credit they deserve. Thank you for responding. Okay. So let's get into the next receipts. Boom. So then he says, no problem. Yes, she came with the info. Yes, she came with the info and additionally and an additional tag, which was Rick Party. We asked him to send the clip where R. Kelly says his name. He's talking about the YouTuber. He asked the YouTuber. Yes, he says, no problem. Yes, she came with info and an additional tag, which was Rick Party. We asked him, which would be the YouTuber, to send the clip where R. Kelly says his name. We never got it. I told him we would tag. It wasn't that deep, but hey, LOL. He went live with his followers and whatnot. And, oh, he says your name. He says your name. He says your name multiple times. He says your name. Then it was just simple for him to just go ahead and just send it to him real quick. Go ahead. Just send him the clip where he says, storm through. Just send him the clip of, when he says storm through. Because, he say your name so many times. Cool. No problem. Just send him a clip of him saying your name, because that's how deep it is now, because of how similar y'all content is that if you want us to credit you, we need your name. Like, we need him to say your name. And that clip, again, the person that the interviewer doesn't speak. All they do is sigh. Go listen to Rick Party's interview with R. Kelly, and he sighs a lot. A lot. Again, if the interviews, because people interview the same people all the time, but the interviews are always different. You may hear some of the same things, some of the same answers, but even the answers are different. Even the answers are different. Even that, but still the same answer, but worded differently. All Kyle said was just send us a video, a clip of him saying your name, and we'll just post that and tag you. No big deal. Kyle said he never got it. He never sent it. He didn't send me anything. He didn't send me nothing. But because he says your name a lot of times, from what I gather, he said that YouTuber's name a lot. Yeah. I'm just saying, I don't know. Some ain't clean in the water. Some ain't clean in the water, but I say something I'm hating. No, it is what it is. You know, whether you like it or not, it is what it is. He has people publicly, he's going public and having people go over and attack Kyle, although Kyle has supported him like no other. Like they supported him a lot. They posted him a lot and they always tag his name. They always do that. Like, I'm like, why are you having people come for him? Like, that's stupid to have people go over there and attack him when he ain't do nothing wrong. Now, there may be some confusion here, but other than the confusion, they didn't do anything wrong. He removed that YouTuber's name from the tag because Natasha and her producer Rick Bell, because they removed him, the YouTuber, from the tag, and it was just Natasha. So Natasha let him know, Kyle know that, hey, the audio is actually on the person on there speaking. That is my producer, Rick Bell. So, you know, if you could tag him too, basically it's like what she's saying, because she wanted him to have his credit, you know, because this is who's actually on the phone with him. I'm not on the phone with R. Kelly. It's because, like she said, it was just her tagged. And that YouTuber, he was not, he was tagged underneath, her. So, but it wasn't Rick. So it was basically tagged like Natasha shared it, but the YouTuber is the one that is on the audio. And it's like, no, she's like, no, you got to, I don't know who that person is. I don't know who that were. I don't know who that were. The person that's on there is Rick Party. So you got the wrong person. That's when the Neighborhood Talk removed that YouTuber and added Rick Bell, which is right here. You know, I come with a receipt, which is right here. Boom. If you look at the bottom of the screen, it is just Natasha and Rick Bell. At first, Lord, I said Rick Bell. Rick Party. At first, it was Natasha and that YouTuber. Okay? Yes. Yes. And then they removed the YouTuber and added Rick Party to it when Natasha, right here, boom, they make it big. When Natasha made it known, when she said, thank you for tagging me, I appreciate it. The guy in my audio talking to R. Kelly is Rick Party, my executive producer, who Robert called directly. She says here, I'm not sure who that other person is in the tag. I really appreciate you and your team. So she was messaging him so that he could correct it, which he did. He did. He corrected it. He corrected it. Boom. 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 But I'm lying. Are you sure? Are you sure? Because then he comes forward talking about conspiracies. Oh, now this is conspiracy now? This is a conspiracy now? Ooh. If so, again, they ain't got nothing to do with me. You know, like I'm just for receipts. You know, like why make this into something that we don't have to? So, boom. Let's keep getting into those set receipts, shall we? Where is it? Right here. Boom. Okay. So, where were we? So he says we never got it. Okay. After he asked that YouTuber, hey, just send me a clip where R. Kelly saying your name, and we're good. Kyle says we never got it. I told him we would tag it. It wasn't even that deep. It wasn't that deep. So then I say, yeah, I was confused why he's on a tangent about you and your blog. I feel like you always tag him and shout out his content when you use it. Thanks for clearing this up. I'll be defending you ASAP during my live tomorrow, because we talked yesterday. So, you know, I'm not thirsty. I could have went live last for what? He says, yeah, I tagged him in it with the other lady just now because I really don't care. But Storm knows us, so he could have came in the messages and hit us about it. So again, him and Kyle have a relationship. So Kyle was just like, look, he could have hit me up and just let me know what the tea was, instead of going to make them posts like this on IG and tagging them in it and going on his YouTube and going on a tangent. Like, for what? When you could have just hit me up. Like, you could have just hit me up, you know, about it. Because if I was Kyle and the Neighborhood Talk, I would never post them again. I'm like, oh yeah, you ain't got to worry about that, homie. Yeah, you ain't got to worry about that. It ain't that deep. I mean, clearly it's a lot of duplicate exclusives that you have anyways. Anything you can do, other people do better. So yeah, here flip. So again, to knowingly have people go and attack somebody and harass somebody that you could just hit up and quickly change the error, just means that he wanted clout. He wanted a bunch of attention to it, you know, and whatnot, and pull off the neighborhood talk, and you know, just everybody's on me. Oh, woe is me. Oh, they're always doing me. It's always me. Why are they discriminating? Oh, shut up. There's so many people that don't get their just due. So many people. Like, you are not special. Like, it's the white privilege for me. Like, chill out. Because you went to a white college does not make you white. I mean, they did call you N-words there, right? Your words, not mine. Yeah, here flip. So those are my receipts. Again, I said that the audio there does sound like there's borrowed audio, or stolen, however you want to put it, inside of that, and I stand on that. I still feel that way, 100%. Receipts. That's how we deal over here. We don't have to come forward and just talk, you know, because that's what other people do. You know, they go live and do this. You know, a lot of this, no receipts, no nothing, no nothing to prove what they're saying. They got every excuse in the world to why it's everybody but them. They got every excuse in the world. They don't ever do nothing. I don't do anything. Because to question that, because that's the real reason I feel like this YouTuber wanted to bring the energy onto the neighborhood talk to distract people from the fact that why would the neighborhood talk post your clip? And then again, Natasha never said that that's not her audio. She didn't say that. That's not what that were. That's not what that were. That's not what that were. And I can put that back up on the screen again. Receipts. Again, that's how I deal. And then my fault. Boom. Ooh, it's right here. Sorry. If you look, Natasha states, and she does not take it back. She states, "Thank you for tagging me. I appreciate it. The guy on my audio talking to R. Kelly is Rick Party." She didn't come in this DM and say, "That's not my audio. That's not my fault. That's not Rick Party's audio. That's not us." She didn't come in. That's not what she said. That's not what she said. Like, why? Why wouldn't she, if this belongs to him, why wouldn't she just come in there and say, "That's not my audio. That's not from mine. That's somebody else. I don't know who that is." But here's mine. And the person speaking in it is Rick. She didn't do that. She didn't say that. Ooh. Oh my goodness. What happened? He came live and told y'all that black woman don't deserve credit. They gave the wrong people the credit. Those black people don't deserve that. I'm better than them. I'm supposed to. Because, girl, what did Natasha do to him? What did Rick Party do to him? And their exclusive was out 7 days before his. Almost 8 days. Their information, their interview was already out. It was already out. But this is your exclusive? It's like, how? Like, this has been out. Like, he put exclusive because he wanted to make it seem like I'm the only one with this. I'm the only one that has it. No, you're not. You're lying. Stop it. Like, it ain't even that deep. Like, and literally, like what Kyle said, like, wasn't even that deep. Like, I mean, it really wasn't. Like, let's go live and tell people, go over there and harass, you know, because no. Why is the neighborhood talk crediting somebody else and this belongs to you? There shouldn't have been no confusion. The only thing, like he even said in his post, look at the post. He didn't even correct it. He said, "So the conspiracies are real. How is it that the neighborhood talk initially credits me for using my audio interview with R. Kelly, only to discredit me and credit the incorrect people?" He says, "You can clearly hear it's his show in the background. Not that you can clearly hear that this is my audio. Not that you can clearly hear that that's me." That he don't say that. Why? Not because you hear it's that theme song in the background. So It should be because of what's being said that we know that this is yours. Because yeah, they asked R. Kelly that same question, but he said this on your show. He didn't say that. What that were? What that were? But I'm a hater. I'm just coming forward making up stuff. Are you who influencing it? Because I came in and asked why this was going on. I didn't send Kyle or the neighborhood talking about it over there no messages like, oh, that ain't the. I didn't say nothing like that. I didn't say that. I didn't know until he said something. Until the YouTuber said something. That's when I knew. I had no idea. I didn't know what that they had. I was on live yesterday on a station for like 4 hours. Like I was not in the know. I had no idea what was going on. No idea. No idea. So that and all of that was going. This was going on with the neighborhood talk and him and the tangents and all of that stuff. I was live. And you can ask my audience that was on Station Head. We didn't talk about no neighborhood talk, and we didn't talk about that at all. Not even a little bit. Like we didn't talk about that at all. We talking about something completely different. It didn't have anything to do with this situation. This is the first time I've spoke of it live on any platform. So yeah, you tried it. Because I could have went live yesterday. I'm not thirsty. I don't, like I said, I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. Yeah, I don't care about the gay chasers. They can't tell me anything. They can't tell me nothing. Like, so if y'all send me in the chat, block them. A gay chaser can't tell me anything because he ain't dropped no receipts. So what are we doing? What are we doing? What are we doing? Because I have receipts here. You can't type a receipt, sweetie. So shut the up. Like, I promise you. It's literally receipts. That's why I said it's you super mammies. It's you super mammies for me. It's the super mammies for me. Like, I ignore y'all. Y'all are trash. You don't even deserve a response. Yeah, just get rid of them. I don't care. I don't care nothing about no number. I don't care if they get rid of them. Rid of them. Because it's like, I'm too honest. That's why my chat is an open chat. We don't do subscriber only, member only chat. We don't do that. We don't, because we ain't scared of nobody. We ain't scared of a troll. We ain't scared of none of that. Come get blocked. Bust down, Blockiana, bust down. Like, come get blocked. Like, that's how, come waste your finger energy. Like, girl, because I have receipts. He does not. So he can't come forward and say, I'm lying. Lying about what? Like, I'm not lying. I have no reason to lie. I said what I said, and I stand on it. And I have reasons of why I stand on it. I'm not, girl, bye. I deal in tangible. I deal in what's actually going on. Not a bunch of assumptions, you know, and stuff like that. I'm not assuming anything. That's why I wouldn't got answers, you know. While I sit here and wonder something when I can get the answer to it. So I wouldn't hit Kyle up. Like, okay, so what's actually going on here? Because he don't seem to be telling the truth. And it's mighty weird that he's not live discussing that for sure. Again, that this is his audio. He didn't even post in his post stating that, you know, it's my audio, that's my interview. That's what he said on my show. No, that's not what he said. He said it's because it's a theme song in the background. You can clearly hear the theme at the end. That shouldn't be the only thing that differentiates it. Why is that the only thing? I want to hear Gay Chaser answer that. Hurry up. Hurry up. See, these gay chasers didn't expect these receipts. They just expected me to come and do this like he do. He just go live and talk. You know, like, you're boring. So, I mean, what you're saying is falling on deaf ears. I mean, it literally is. Like, I mean, he's boring. That's why I say he should be thanking me. I pushed a lot of attention to his interview, you know, all to the stolen interview, the stolen audio. I pushed a lot of energy to it. I'm still going to say that. I'm not taking that away. I don't have any, literally things like this with neighborhood talk makes it worse. Honestly, it doesn't make it better that the neighborhood talk used your audio but credited other people. Why would they do that? If it's for a fact, this belongs to you. Why are they? Where's the confusion? Where's the confusion? Gross. And he even said out of his own mouth, how are you putting this, tagging these people, the incorrect people, although their interviews came out a week before his, but it's his exclusive. Gay Chaser still ain't answered none of that. He ain't even answered it. How was this an exclusive if somebody had it out first? But if you ask that question, you a hater. It's because he was Tasha K. Minty. It's because he was Tasha K. Minty. This is where all this coming from. Okay, girl. If that's what gets you to sleep, if that's what gets you to bed at night, I mean, I guess. But again, I still said that he stole audio, and I mean it. I'm not going back on that. For what? The Neighborhood Talk seems to agree. That ain't my blog. I didn't talk to nobody about this beforehand. Hit flip. So yeah, the gate chasers, they don't know what to do. They're running amok because it's receipts. It's like, I'm not just sitting here talking, because that's easy to say in the chat, oh, you're lying or you're not telling the truth. You sure? I can show you what I'm talking about. I can supersize it. See how I'm not over here disrespecting him or anything like that, but I'm still shading him and I'm still shutting him down. I'm not even saying his name. The drag is still there. It's very vicious. Yeah. I know how to cuss people out in the nicest way. Yeah. They're so mad they can't come over here and say I'm beefing. Ooh. They're so mad they can't come over there and say that. Like, why are you talking about him? Why he ain't even in my title? Most of y'all don't even know. Because if I put him in the title, he'd be more people here. We already sitting on a, back and forth 1K. We just talking. Are you mad, girl? Are you mad? Are you mad, itch? Big mad. Okay, are you mad, girl? Are you mad at me? The YouTuber, are you mad at me? Why? Because I'm good? Oh, okay. Yeah, I can be funny. I can be hilarious. I could be serious too. Sure can. I could be like, boom. Let me show you what I'm talking about. Since I'm such a hater, since I'm just making things up, why is Sean lying on who? Girl, don't nobody gotta lie on him. He done did plenty of interviews. I'm not calling him out. No. This one, I hear it. I mean, what's the problem? Ooh. Tuck your Preston is showing. Ooh, pressed like a panini. Like, yeah, Sean's not pressed. Pressed about what? Because I'm not a liar. I don't have to lie. That's why I said I don't care what content creator come forward and says what, because if you don't edit, this isn't for you. This isn't for you. this ain't for you. Yeah, you should probably sit this one out. Because yeah, this one ain't for you. It's plenty of stuff I sit out of. Plenty of stuff I sit out of, because Natasha Simone and her team and Rick Party are still making sure that they're still authenticating things. So it comes to find out that is actually their audio. What y'all gonna say then? That pieces of the audio going through there belongs to them. What y'all gonna say then? She lying? Oh, she just doing this because of Tasha K? Or she just doing this because of it? Like, y'all always finding reasons. You super mammies. Like, y'all are weird. And y'all fall on deaf ears. Very old and basic. Like, y'all shouldn't let y'all age show. Like, that's not cute. If you don't want nobody to ask your age, then act accordingly, is all I'm saying. Like, gross. It's the mammy role for me. I mean, he's literally on live, screaming to the top of his lungs at women, all of that, but y'all want to come over here and say, Sean, at least I'm talking to a man. At least I'm talking to a man. Gross. Like, like y'all tried it. I'm like, so it's literally women over here defending a man that was just screaming at a woman. And if I bring that up, I'm sure they're going to find an excuse. Oh, she was antagonizing him. She was this, she was that. None of that matters. Hold your composure. Don't let a person bring you there. Because that woman wasn't screaming. She wasn't calling him out of his name. She wasn't doing any of that stuff. Any of it. He was just pressed because he's a narc and he just wants people to just come and agree with him. No, just be on my side. If you're going to be on my side, I don't mind if people come on my panel and disagree with me. That's fine. I don't curse them out as long as they ain't being disrespectful. I mean, if they keep it cute, I will too. But I'm not on my panel screaming at women that are just talking. Like, I see she's being disrespectful, calling them out of his name. I think, cool. I'm like, okay, I mean, I can understand it. I still don't agree with it. But I can understand it. Like, you can't ever come at me and tell me I'm disrespectful. If I had a mentor, I wouldn't call her no dish rag bitch, even if we didn't get along. I would have ignored Tasha. I don't give a damn what she was saying. Just like he ignored us, I would have ignored her. I wouldn't go hide somewhere and call her out of her name. Like, that's stupid. Like, that's dumb. Or just ignore her. Just like, yeah, okay, whatever. It is what it is. How you feel? Because you're going to feel that way anyway. But yeah, I wouldn't go sneak and hide. I'll stay right here if I truly felt that way. But yeah, I'm not hooping and hollering at women and, oh no, this is what you not going to do. I ain't doing none of that. Like, I'm like, wait a minute. Like, you can't come over here and call me disrespectful. What was that? Very unhinged. What was that? I ain't never had no energy like that for no man. Like, I'm a man. I'll be cool with him coming at me like that. Okay. Mano y mano. But we aggressively coming, like, you have hostility for women? Like that? Like, it's giving you a hit a woman before you hit a man. Like, that's what it's giving. Like, I mean, like, but that's not trash, though. It's okay because he did it. That's fine. Because people always say that I need to take accountability. Accountability in what? I don't like him. He know that. When he come up, I'm going to shade him. It is what it is. Ain't nobody going to check me, stop me. The only person that can change how I feel about him is him. We don't have to go back and forth. It don't have to be a shade. It don't have to be none of that. We could simply bury the hatchet and move on about our way. He don't want to do that. And that's completely fine with me. Game on. Like, girl, please. Like, y'all ain't the reason I dislike him, so you ain't going to be the reason that I do. He has to do that. Goodbye. He ain't trying to have a conversation with no real man. Shout out to Lysandra for the super sticker. Thank you, sweetie. Shout out to Raw Creations for the super sticker. Thank you, sweetie. I love y'all. Thank y'all. I miss those. But yeah, I'm just okay. I'm disrespectful, but he over there literally yelling, calling women, I think, name, just screaming to the top of his lungs, like all of like, who do? I'm like, very unhinged. I'm like, you let a woman get you like that, but I'm over here flaming you. I'll be over here drag nation, and you go live and say this live ain't about my body specifically. Why? It's because it's about a man? No. What? Moving right along. So let's get into this actual audio from who knows who. From only the Lord knows who it's from. So we can get into this Tasha KP so we can get on up out of here because I'm going on station here. We got some things to discuss. So let me move this right on along, Lord. Boom. Now let's listen to the audio.
Quick on Lifetime. As far as Lifetime is concerned, there are real people, real women out here really being abused, really missing. They're really missing. They're really chained up in basements. I've been in here 4 years. I haven't seen one person that was ever chained up in a basement come forward for anything.
It is so annoying. This is why I could never speak to him. Because he needs to be held accountable. I'm not knocking, again, even that YouTuber. I'm not knocking the people that do. It's just not something that I would want to do. Because this ain't nobody going on no campaign to try to make you look like a good person or anything like that. Robert, steal your turn, Sylvester Kelly. Robert, hide your turn, Sylvester Kelly. Okay? It's gross how you come forward and try to make this again seem as this is everybody else's fault but your own. It is disgusting how no accountability is being taken. You tried it. You tried it to say there was people chained up in the basement. I didn't see one person come in. Okay, well, there was a person on the stand, Rashona, that said that you slept with her over 100 times from the ages of 12 on. There was a woman on stage that said you forced certain things in her mouth. And it was plenty of people that came forward and said things. Why are none of those people being acknowledged? Then he said, I don't want to talk about that because that's what your case is closed, illiterate. I'm like, oh my God, degenerates. Your case is closed. You can speak on it now. You guilty. You at the crib, homie. You at the crib, homie. You can talk about all of it now. Just like they do on Surviving Lifetime. Or Surviving on Lifetime. Them people sitting up there talking about all of it because they can't, it's over. That's why it's called the final chapter. I'm just like, ugh. I'm just like, oh, he just makes, I just want to, like, I just want to put my hands up. I just want to just choke the dick. Like, ugh. I'm just like, oh, he needs to be beat up. I'm like, oh, he needs to fight me. Because I'm like, he's just so annoying. It's like, ugh. You need to be held accountable. Again, there's plenty of things and plenty of people that came forward and said things, but let's ignore all of them. Let's focus on the people that they didn't bring in. Why folk Andrea didn't testify and talk about how hog tied? I don't know how to hog tie people. Is that a hog tie? I don't know how to hog tie people. Why? So you want to bring up like that's stupid? It's deflecting. Like, where's Joycelyn at? So I said, if you're gonna interview him, get to the tea. Where's Joycelyn at? Like, yeah. I'm like, let's get to the tea. Where that girl at? So this family can stop looking for her hard-headed ass. Well, where that girl? Where's the girl? Where that little beige at? But you come forward talk about Tasha and this fade, and these shoes. We don't care about that. Where that girl at? Them people ain't arresting Tasha. She no, they not arresting her. Leave her alone. Y'all not about to keep coming try to take my enemy. Transrena belongs to me. Okay? If anybody gonna take Transrena down, it's gonna be me. These feet belong to me. This is my enemy. Y'all is not about to keep trying to take my enemy. Nah. Now, no. This needs to be said. This needs to be said. Transrena and these size 17s and these orange joggers belong to me. Okay? She is mine. Tired of y'all trying to take her from me. All these people, y'all can be into it with, y'all want to choose her. Now leave her. I got this. Robert Steele, your churn, Kelly. No, I got this. Now, if she going to jail, it's going to be because of me or Cardi. Like, no, I'm sick of this. I'm sick of this. Every time I look up, somebody talk about some we arch nemesis. No, y'all not. When this happened? I ain't dead. I used to be in jail trying to take my enemy. No. Get on Chelsea. Get her. I will deal with Tasha. Okay? Now I know what Tasha did was illegal. Oh well. What you did was illegal too. Nah. Now the girl's trying to feed her family, you know, stuff like that. Now shit, Tasha had done that, no. Tasha did that. But she did it, and if the internal affairs gonna get her, they gonna get her. You ain't got no power over it. You ain't got no power over. You ain't the police. The police don't like you. That's why you are where you at. They don't like you. It's like, no, you tried it. You can stop calling them detectives and stuff down there and them people. They busy. They got stuff to do. They ain't got time to be worried about trying to exonerate Prater. Because your hands rubbing together, sitting there thinking about all the new 6th graders and 7th graders that's coming in, that's coming out of elementary and junior high. You sitting there doing everything in your power to try to go to McDonald's and meet some of them. Because you get out, you're going to do the same thing. The same thing because you're sick and you still ain't got no help because you don't want none. I'm sorry, woo. Only thing you can spell is your name, but you want to get out of jail. For what? You ain't no father. You ain't taking care of your children. Nothing like that. They're basically grown. Like, no, you good where you at. You good right where you at. No, don't let him out so he could go get lay right on top of somebody else's child, because that's all he gonna do. That is it. He ain't learned nothing, and this shows. He's learned nothing. All he want to do is get out and find a preschooler. That's it. Be at the local junior high, sitting in the car talking about in front of people's school. That's all he's trying to do. That is it. He would want to see the new Dancing Dolls, because he used to watch the Dancing Dolls all the time. Don't even dance. You don't major yet. You don't do none of that. But he's sitting there with them girls watching. They ain't even want to watch that. They want to watch Lifetime, you know, something like that. HBO or something. Hulu, Netflix. You sitting there to put on the Dancing Dolls. Put on the Dancing Dolls. Creepy. So yeah, that's it. All he's trying to do is get out so he can watch the new season of Dancing Dolls. That's it. He missing it and he upset.
But I tell you one thing, before Lifetime came out, I was minding my business. I was in the studio. I was working with.
No, you was not. You was at somebody high school. You was at in a parking lot of somebody junior high. You was at McDonald's. Just slow. You was at McDonald's, idiot. That's where you was at. You tried it. Act like you want to sit outside of them schools and stuff like that. Yes, you were, creep. Yes, you were. You was over there sitting in the McDonald's playland, waiting for them churn to come in there and play. Sitting there in the playland watching the little girls go up and down a slide, creep. That's where you, I wasn't messing with them. You was at McDonald's in the playland. Yes, you were. That's what that was. Even after the first time you got arrested, that's the first thing you did after they let you out, when you bonded out and all of that blue up there fat and old body, just gross. And that blue looked like a Mississippi blueberry pimp, and that Kool-Aid, and that blue, that big old blue shirt, and that a 7X bubble blazer vest that you had over it. Yay. Yeah, yeah, you tried it. And you went straight to McDonald's. Straight to me. You ain't wasting no time. Them fries, all that ranch is not that good. You sitting there watching the playland. You tried it.
Celebrities had tours. But when Lifetime came out, all of that went away. Meaning, before Lifetime came out, I had no charges pending against me. Nobody had went to a radio station or had went to, a police station. It took.
2000 was the first year someone went, and more around 2000, the end of 90s, 2000. Tiffany Hawkins, and then Sparkle had reported Roshona. So there's plenty of people that had said things. It's like, you're a liar. Like, he literally no accountability. Like, before Lifetime, he didn't have one of the biggest trials about child porn. Like, was that not him for CP? Was what? No accountability. None. It's like he's weird and psycho. I'm just like, what are you talking about? It was plenty. You didn't acknowledge it then. You aren't acknowledging it now because you know that you were wrong. Like, you're trash. Like, that's why I just don't understand how people can support him. That's why I can't talk. Because I'm not about to sit there and be fake because he Robert Mr. Steal Your Churn Kelly. I'm not about to sit on the phone with him and be no op when I know I have burning questions. He's not about to sit there in front of me and tell me before Lifetime there was no allegations. So who was that trial about? And what was that, 2006, something like that? Who was that about? Who was on trial then? 12 Play? So there's never not a one allegation, although you on a whole tape doing it. But yeah, let's not. So what was that tape about? Well, I'm not about to sit there and just be fake and let him push your narrative. I'm definitely not about to do that. You're not about to sit here in front of me like you didn't marry a 15-year-old. Like you're not about to do that. 27 years old, married a 15-year-old. Like you're everybody and their mama said that you and Aaliyah was dating. Stop it. So it's like, yeah, no, that's what we're not about to do. Like, it ain't a whole marriage certificate of you fraudulently marrying a 15-year-old. Stop. There's been plenty of allegations against you, Robert, before Lifetime. They just put it up in a package deal. That's all. And put it on a nationally syndicated broadcasting station to where millions of people could have access to said information that you have been hiding for years, that your enablers were hiding for years. And then you stopped paying those enablers, because that's why they was enabling you in the first place. They weren't enabling you because you're awesome. They weren't enabling you because you're a cool guy. They were enabling you because you were paying them to do so. You had paid yes men. You stopped paying those yes men, so certain information that would normally be protected stopped being protected. That's how Lifetime and other people got everything that they have. So stop it. You're gross. Like, you're weird. Ugh.
A year to put together Lifetime. If all of the things they said I did on Lifetime were true, it only take a minute to go to a police station. But when there's a crime committed, you don't go make a movie on it. You go to the police station. Nobody had done that.
Not nobody had done that. Not nobody had done that. Plenty of people did. You even had your lawyer already had pre-NDA set up for the girls that she knew would come forward and try to sue you and whatnot. You got so many, this man got so many settlements, it's disgusting. How many settlements he's had, especially from the 90s to like 2005. The amount of settlements that he's had with girls to have his lawyer pay them for silence, ridiculous. This man spent millions and millions and millions of dollars in bribing women to be quiet and bribing young girls that he had been doing certain things with to keep their mouths shut. Millions of dollars. He could still have that money if he wanted, because he claimed he's so broke. Well, you would have been all right. He talking about he's saving his men and saving men. It's gross. Aren't you? Oh, you're not. It's unfortunate. So yeah, was R. Kelly railroaded in certain ways? But I do feel like it's all deserved. I mean, it is. Like, there's a lot of people that can't separate the celebrity from the person, but I definitely can. If there was a person that wasn't a celebrity that was doing the same things that R. Kelly was doing, even his supporters will want that person incarcerated. They will want something done. They're not going to talk anything about, but they should still get a fair trial. They should still get this. They should still get that. They don't care. So lock them up and throw away the key is how they're going to look at it. But since this person you like, since this person you have memories of and with, and whatnot, and because he's a likable person, you don't want to separate the two. Instead, you want to deflect. Although this is a very sick man, you want to deflect and say that he needs to be freed because the justice. Where were all of you when he got off? I mean, he literally got charged with CP and got off as a black man. He was in court with cornrows. It don't get more blacker. Besides dreads, it don't get more blacker. So was that a fair trial that he got? Although that same woman came forward and stated that, yeah, that actually did happen. Remember, she didn't testify. So people can't call her a liar. She didn't testify. What are you comparing to call her a liar? She was a teenager. She didn't testify. So how was she a liar? She never spoke. She never said anything. What's she lying about? Weird. So yeah. Okay. He had a fair trial then, although they literally had a videotape of it. They have him on the thing we're accusing you of. We have a tape. And then the thing about it is they had more tapes of other girls. Yeah. Uh-huh. Roshona was not the only one on that tape. When I was a kid and snuck and watched that ish with my cousins, it was another girl after that, and then I think it was one more. So it was multiple people, multiple women. It wasn't just Roshona. It was not. Mm-mm. After Roshona was a light-skinned girl, because I remember her, light-skinned. He did make them arch their backs, you know, and all of that stuff, just like all of the other women said. I'm like, this is not a coincidence. Like, it's not a coincidence. I believe R. Kelly recorded everything. I think one of the hardest decisions he's ever had to make is getting rid of those videos. Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Yes. So yeah, on that tape, and the second girl especially, you can tell she was young too. Because at the time when I don't know how old was I? I was like what, like 11, you know, like or 12, and because they were selling the video on the streets. Mm-hmm. I had visited my cousin in Chicago, and and it was bootleggers. Dudes walking up to the car, because you know, in certain busy areas, people walk up to the car and sell you stuff, water, you know, other CDs, pirated movies, you know, and stuff like that. And there was this dude in Chicago. He had a stand, and it was R. Kelly's album cover, but it was around the VHS tape. But it was his like 12 play. It was like, because it was red, and I remember he had on like a white thing on the side and whatnot. So, and it was a whole display case of the tape. Mm-hmm. A whole display case. Literally, you could just walk right up, hand him $10 or however much it was, and grab a tape, just like a newsstand. It was videotapes. So, and then this dude came up to the car, and he, you know, and my mom, I don't know, was it my mom or I don't know, it's either my mom or my aunt, but she wasn't paying attention to what all she saw was that it was R. Kelly on the front of it. It didn't say like R. Kelly or no, like it didn't say anything like that. It just, you know, had him on and whatnot. And my mom didn't even say, or I believe it was my mom. She didn't even say anything to my cousin. He handed the dude some money out the window. He handed in the video, and my cousin put it up on his thing. And then, because I had no idea, I was just in the car, but I remember that day. And then later on that night, my cousins, my male cousins, they were sitting in the room and they watched it. So I came in the room, and when I came in, because you know, when your little cousin, you know, somebody, you know, too young to be, you know, they were like, "Oh no, get out of here! You ain't supposed to be here." I'm like, "No, I want to be in here. I'm not going back out there with them. I want to be in here with y'all. It ain't nothing but girls out there. Like, I'm standing here. What y'all watching?" So then my cousin, he was just like, "Oh," it's like, "Well, you better not say nothing." I'm like, "Okay, I won't." Like, and then he pressed play. I was like, I'm like, "This is what y'all here watching?" I'm like, you know, so I'm not thinking of something. I had no idea how old she was, nothing. You know, I didn't even think that way. It was just R. Kelly, you know, that was watching folks. So, and then to come find out, you know, couple years later, you know, that's actually a teenage girl. You know, I had no idea. I mean, and again, ain't like I bought it. So, but yeah. But LimeWire and all of that stuff was really big then. So like Napster, LimeWire, it was being shared all around there, because you can get movies and watch movies from there, and stuff like that. So it was all over. And you would have thought that these were legal girls, because it was everywhere. I mean, it was literally everywhere. It was like one of the biggest things being sold around the world at that time. So, but I had no idea, again, I was young. So, because Roshona and I were around the same age. So I was around her age. That's what I was like, 11, 12, something like that. I don't know. But yeah, so to come and find, I was like, that's why he can't tell me anything. That was you. Because I've always been a huge R. Kelly fan. So I'm like, that was you. He can't, because his brothers are ugly. His brothers are ugly. Carrie, you're ugly. What's the other name? Bruce, you're ugly. Yes. And to all of their kids, your fathers is ugly. They Uggs. R. Kelly was the only cute thing his mama pushed out. Because Carrie, your Uggs. Ugly Uggs. I'll show you see your face. And Bruce, you ugly too. And it ain't because y'all missing teeth. It's not because of that. It's not because of the whistle. It's not because of that. It's not. It's y'all face. It's y'all face. So yeah, even when y'all was young, R. Kelly still had y'all beat. He still had y'all beat. Body, everything. He had y'all beat. Y'all ugly. So yeah, you're ugly. It is what it is. There's a lot of attractive black men on this planet. Y'all ain't two of them. No. Facially challenged, both of y'all. So as being the unattractive family members, because Carrie was wondering why he can be a rapper. You're not a rapper because you're ugly. Especially back then. Sex sells. Nobody wants to do that. Nobody wants to do that. So you sit here whole ugly. That's why Carrie, his brother, got a 16-year-old pregnant. You know, and whatnot around the same time R. Kelly was doing what he was doing, but they swear up and down, you know, oh, Robin need help. So do you. Carrie, your baby mama was 16 and she had the baby when she was 17. You were a grown man. Like, where were you? Late 20s, early 30s? Sleep with a 16-year-old? Like, stop. I'm just like, no, you had a whole baby by a 16-year-old. You don't get to come forward and talk about Robert. You don't get to come talk about your tea. You even wrote it in your book, player. You said that you tried to switch it and said that she was 17. No, she had the baby at 17. So if she got pregnant when she was 17, then right after the baby was born or before, she would have turned 18. She did not. She turned 17 after that baby was born. Okay? Or right before. So either way, I know for a fact that you were sleeping with her at least at the age of 16. It could have been more before. You could have been at 15. Who knows? Only you know that. Only you know that. But you coming forward talking about R. Kelly. Like, I'm like, yeah, no. You have issues too. Stop it. Stop. Because your little dip was a year older or to the same age, because you knew that your brother married a 15-year-old and then you get a 16-year-old pregnant. How are you better? Hurry up. How are you better? Yeah, you don't have any room to speak on Robert, hide your daughter, steal your churn, Sylvester Kelly. You need to sit this one out. Then he's sitting there trying to rap. I confess. Have y'all heard his song, Carrie Kelly? Where R. Kelly came out with I Admit. I confess. I'm like, sir, please get out of whoever booth that is. Please stop wasting them people's time. The people in the audience, please stop wasting them people's time. Snaggle too. Like, get out of there. Confess about getting that 16-year-old girl pregnant. I confess. I'm like, no, don't. Because you ain't confessing about nothing about you. Like, oh, you confessed that girl was really 15 when you started messing with her, got her pregnant when she was 16 and she had a baby at 17? Is that what this song about to be about? Then shut up. It's like, ugh. It's like, shut up. You don't get to talk. You don't get to talk. You need to shut up, as far as I'm concerned, because we can get into your tea. Don't do that. Don't kick your brother while he's down because you're so pressed because he wasn't ugly. Because he wasn't ugly. And so he made it way further in his, like he has this grudge as if he felt like R. Kelly should have definitely made him famous because they're brothers. How? One, when you're trash, no talent. And then are you not having any talent? You're ugly. You got to have one or the other. You can be a whack rapper but cute. You know, ugly but talented. Don't come in here with just nothing. You ain't attractive. You ain't got no. You ain't bring nothing with you. Not even a neck. But you want to come forward, sitting down over there with Surviving R. Kelly, and sit there and be, oh, my brother this, my brother this. What about you? What about you? Because there's plenty of victims that have stated that all of y'all knew. So that means that all of y'all was doing something. Y'all was taking y'all turns with some of them girls. R. Kelly was around all the time. He was not. And you whole grown getting 16-year-olds pregnant. Stop. Y'all act like y'all just was enabling to ring up the girls. No, y'all were also sleeping with them too. Stop it. Whenever you get done. Like, ugh. Yes, pick a struggle. Yes, pick a struggle. Pick a struggle. Like pick a team. You don't get to come here ugly and untalented. Like, no, there's too many U words with you coming in here. Unattractive, ugly, untalented. Like, I mean, it just is gross. So yeah, they just came forward out of jealousy, Bruce and Carrie Kelly. That's all, they're jealous. I feel like LMN should have cut both of them out of the feature. Neither one of them are necessary. Both of them are criminals, just like every other enabler. They were enablers too. They absolutely were. Yes. The people that got immunity, all enablers, all people that knew that this grown man was doing these things with these young girls and decided to do nothing. But they didn't have to do anything because he was being enabled. So if the police wasn't doing anything, if the parents weren't necessarily doing anything, and whatnot, that's why when people also say, before I get out of it, because I got to get out, I got to go on the station head. When people say, the parents, back in the 90s, especially, a lot of information was not out. The people then didn't have the technology, the social media. So now there should be no reason, now I will understand somebody saying that. But back then it wasn't, it was, everything was being hid. It was being hidden, so it was more so of a rumor than a we know for a fact. Everybody said all this stuff about R. Kelly and Aaliyah, and then all of a sudden Aaliyah and him completely part ways, and then Aaliyah's doing her own thing, but she was so successful to where it just kind of went away, to where nobody really said anything about R. Kelly, besides when she was working with him. When she stopped working with R. Kelly, nobody brought him up. No, when they would interview Aaliyah, she was not questioned about him. She never spoke of him. She would never just sit down and she only discussed him in interviews where she was still dealing with him, which was Age Ain't Nothing But a Number, that album. Right after that, there was no conversation, that she never brought him up. And then if someone would sneak, like right at the beginning of her parting ways, because people didn't know that she wasn't affiliated with him anymore. Her working with Missy and Timbaland, it didn't mean that she don't F with R. Kelly. It just means that she's working with new producers. That's all that were. Nobody knew that, they separated because Aaliyah was actually married. It was a rumor. I'm not gonna lie, there was a rumor of that being out there, but it was nothing for a fact. It was nothing that was proven. We had now we know, with the actual marriage certificate and all that. We know now, but then we did not. And I'm telling you, I was diehard Aaliyah fan. I followed everything Aaliyah did. One of the saddest days in life to me was losing her. She was very influential in my life. I would listen to her all day. I just loved her. I was literally obsessed. Now, if you're gonna say I'm obsessed, Aaliyah, I was obsessed with her. Posters all over my wall. Had a Trapper Keeper. She was all over my Trapper Keeper. I loved her. Everything about her. You couldn't tell me nothing about Aaliyah. You couldn't say anything disrespectful about her in front, nothing, because it's gonna be a whole problem. It's gonna be another don't do that. So here flip. But it wasn't as known. So I feel like we have to give the women that are victims in the 90s, especially, we gotta give them grace. Because none of this stuff was out there. We had no idea nothing about no Tiffany Hawkins or no one. All we knew of was Aaliyah. That was it. Until Rashona. Until the video. Until that video Rashona, it was just Aaliyah. We had no idea of nothing else. There was nothing. So honestly, and that's just me from what I remember. I don't remember any other women or any women coming forward stating that, I'm a teenage girl, I've been ... with R. Kelly. None of that was out there. It was buried. If it was, they buried it. They made sure it didn't hit any publication. It was not on TRL or 106 Park, VH1 News when they used to do it. It wasn't MTV News. It wasn't on none of that stuff. It was until R. Kelly's case trial with Rashona. Before that, the only R. Kelly news we got was music. That was the only news we got when he came out with a new album, new video. Other than that, there was no tea about what R. Kelly had allegedly been doing besides the rumor of Aaliyah. That was a rumor, and she separated from him, And a lot of people thought like, no, that's not true. Because if it was true, like her family would have did something, something like that. R. Kelly's free. She's over there doing her thing. He's doing his thing. She hasn't came forward and said anything about it, or anything like that. So we had no reason to think, besides it being a rumor. And how we looked at it is like, yeah, they were just really close. Just like Aaliyah was close to Timbaland. They weren't sleeping together. Now, was it rumored? Yeah. It was even rumored that there was certain things going on between Missy and Aaliyah. So it was rumors, but nothing came out to be true. Like Timbaland had said, he said that while he was working with Aaliyah, he had a big crush for her. Like he was in love with her, which is gross because she was like 16. He's like, how you sitting here, a grown man in love with a 16-year-old? Like, I get beautiful girls are going to be younger in the industry, but leave it at that. Just let them be beautiful and let the people that are in their age bracket compliment them. Let them handle that. Now, if you still feel the same way, you still think she's beautiful and whatnot, and she comes into her adult years and whatnot, if you want to pursue her, go for it. Can anybody, that's not gross to me if you knew somebody at 15 or 16 and then you ain't, see them in years, or, sometimes kind of see them and kind of not. And then they're older, an adult, and older, and you decide that you may want to date them. But there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing, what's wrong with that? They're grown. That's all that matters. As long as they, get them at least to being 20 years old. Don't go snatching them up right at 18. It's like, because that to me looks creepy. But if you let them get into their 20s, and stuff like that, and they feeling you and you feeling them, and you just so happen to know their daddy or mama or brother or somebody, like, so what? Like, y'all grown now. So that's up to y'all. So if you could get past it, because some people just can't get past it. And that's how I am. Like, even if I'm not related to you and I knew you at a young age and I know you now as an adult, even if you are attractive, it's like, I can't get over it. Like, I used to watch you eat boogers. Like, you cute though. You cute. But yeah, but something, I can't get over it. I'm weird. I can't get over it. So it's just like, I'm not interested at all. But I see, again, I'm not going to call a person predatorial, if they do. It's like, no, as long as they're fully an adult, let them at least into their 20s, whatnot. And hey, it is what they grow. What can a person tell y'all? Like, how are you wrong right now? You're an adult. They're an adult. You're single. They're single. It is what it is. But me, boy, go home. Girl, where am I at? Like, I don't know. I couldn't do it, but kudos to the people that can. So yeah, that was still creepy. Timbaland sitting there being in love with a 16-year-old. Again, I get it that Aaliyah was beautiful, but she wasn't that beautiful. No woman, no man is that beautiful for an adult to be looking at someone teenage, and no one's that beautiful. No one is that beautiful. Beyonce ain't that beautiful. Rihanna ain't that beautiful. None of them. As a grown man, to be looking at no 15-year-old girl, 14-year-old girl, 16-year-old girl, 17-year-old girl, like, damn, she's ew. Like, you grown. Looking at these churn for. Let these churn be churn. Like, I could get an 18, 19-year-old looking at a 17-year-old or a 16-year-old. They're not far. They not far in age, so that does make, they're young, they're youth. It's like, I could see that, but I still wouldn't excuse anything happening. No. If you're 19 years old, you don't need to be dating no 16-year-old. I think that's gross. I think it's weird. I do. You're 19. Like, you could be dating girls in their 20s, or another girl, a girl that's 18 or 19. Like, you could be like, why folk come? Are you 19 years old? 18 years old dating a 15-year-old still, like, gross. She's 15. Like, what? This over with. That's a wrap. Not my son. No. She how old? Because I even be saying this to him now. Because I'm like, how old is she? Because you 16. So I really hope this 12-year-old girl, you ain't got the Google eyes for this. No, Dad. Okay. Because I was gonna tell you no. That's all. I was gonna say, it's like, you 16. There's no. Actually, you come with me. because this, So because she's sitting here twirling her. Now you can untwirl your hair, 12-year-old. He's 16. Bye. Go home. Like, yeah, gross. Like, but he's like, no, that's my friend's little sister. He's in. I'm like, oh, okay, because his friend was in the bathroom, and his sister could walk him and his friend and his sister walked over here after school. So, but his friend was in the bathroom. So his male friend, which was the brother, was in the bathroom. So I didn't know. I just thought it was just them two. I'm just like, no, because she, like, no, what's this? Like, yeah, what's she standing? Go home. Just like, how old are you? Like the first question, because I've seen like his girlfriend went out and she looked her age, she looks 16, 17. But her, I'm like, oh no. Because I mean, if you're gonna cheat, if you're gonna be over here cheating, first of all, I didn't approve of you cheating in my house. I didn't approve of that elite. I didn't open the loop. So that drama for your mama. I ain't give you permission to cheat over here. I give permission to do that. But because I don't want no drama over here. Like, this was so much drama in an LBC. It's like, who said you cheat over here? Dad, this is my, okay, I was just making sure. I'm about to say, first of all, like, how was she? So yeah. But it was just his friend's sister. So, but yeah, I don't play those type of games. I don't think that there's nothing cute about that. You 16, the furthest down you're willing to go is 15. Don't even date no 14-year-old. Why? Why? Like, there's no reason for it. Like, don't date nobody the same age as your sister. Your sister about to be 14. So that means everybody you date has to be at least 3 years older than her. So like, do that. So I can't. So I'm just like, yeah, wait. Well, let's not get this misconstrued. Let's get this together right now, because this could follow you. So let's correct this now. This is the age bracket. This is how we do that. Okay. When you get over the age of 18, nobody under 18. And when you hit over 20, nobody again under the age of 18. Don't even do no 17 and a halves. None of that. About to be, none of that. Because if they can fool you and make you think that they're 17, and that means that they could truly be years younger than that. If she lied to you and said she was 17, well, what was her actual age? Was she 14 or 13? So it's just, don't even start that. Just stay in your age bracket. Don't go under it. That's the best way to be safe. Don't go under it. Move right along. So yeah, I just think that gross. He's gross. Now Tasha K, because we're almost at a 12 mark. Tasha K did do what R. Kelly is stating. She did, and I'm not. If he wants to get her arrested for what she did, which the GOP or the BOP, sorry, BOP officer and whatnot stole information from R. Kelly and gave it to Tasha K. And that is why he feels that certain things in his trial, which I honestly, I don't feel like Tasha K had anything to do with him being in court at all. The information that she got was while you were arrested, not before. So you are already being charged with what you were found guilty of. What does she have to do with that? You're weird. And it's witness tampering. How? Because I believe Azriel changed her tune or something like that. His girlfriend left him because of certain information that was sent out. What does that have to do with what you're being charged with? You're weird. The witnesses, like Azriel and the girlfriend that broke up with you because of the information that Tasha K sent them privately in an email that made you get dumped by Azriel. So if Tasha's going to be held accountable, she needs to be held accountable for getting that information illegally. That's what she needs to be held accountable for. You getting dumped, who cares? That's not, even with Tasha K getting this information is not going to exonerate you. It's not. They're not going to, we're going to open up the jail doors because Tasha K got information illegally. No, because it didn't truly affect the case. It didn't. And if so, sue her. I mean, that's the most they're going to do. I mean, that's really your only option. If the internal affairs or whatever, if they're still have an open, active case on Tasha K for what her and that BOP officer did, then it'll be taken care of. Like they would, like they don't need your help at all. Thanks, but no thanks. Like they don't need you. Lifetime coming out with a documentary. Again, they were well in their right. Any information that the prosecution and whatnot may have used against you due to the surviving series, again, as long as it's factual, it's not like they took a bunch of rumors. No, they took a bunch of witnesses and put them on a stand. You don't get to negate a witness's story. You don't get to do that. And then again, R. Kelly, you weren't on that stand, were you? You weren't on that stand. You didn't testify. You didn't testify. Yeah, because you are a risk. You're a liability. Jumping up on Gayle King. This is my life. This is my life. Your liability. So yeah, they definitely weren't having your emotional, illiterate dumbass get up there on that stand because they know you would have effed up everything. Yeah, it's best that you just shut up. Is what they did, and you can't read no way. So yeah, Tasha K doesn't have anything to do with that. She doesn't. If they're going to file charges on Tasha K, they're going to do that. It's that simple. You don't have any power over that. And even if they do file and press charges on Tasha K, it's not going to exonerate you. You're not going to be freed. You're still going to be exactly where you are. Even if you appeal and go to trial again, they're not going to exonerate you because Tasha K leaked information to your girlfriend. Plural, meaning more than one. You're an idiot. They're not going to take you seriously. A man that was already been alleged to juggle young girls is upset because a blogger got information about young girls. Like, you're an idiot. You're an idiot. You're going to rot. Yeah, you're going to rot. Doesn't matter how many people advocate for you, good for them. He's going to be right where he's at. You don't have no power, neither do they. Neither do they. No matter how many transcripts they read, and no matter how many times they go live, and no matter how many times they say free him, it don't matter. And he's still in jail. He's still in jail. He ain't going nowhere. He is going nowhere. He is going nowhere. He's going to be right where he at. He's going to be right where he at. Y'all keep saying that hashtag, okay? Good for y'all. Y'all been hashtagging that ish for what, 4 years now? Y'all ain't y'all tired? Ain't y'all fingers ain't tired? Or do y'all have it copy pasted already on the predict text? Because y'all ain't tired of typing something that ain't coming true? Y'all been typing that for 4 years. Big no on that. 10-4. Big no on him getting released. Him trying to blame this on Tasha K. It's not Tasha K's fault that you was running up in little girls. That's not her fault. It's not. It's not her fault that you recorded every sexual conquest and the majority of them were minor girls. It's not her fault. Like, what does that have to do with her? I don't care for trans women either. I don't, but at the same time, I'm for what's right is right and what's wrong is wrong. She got that information illegally, so therefore she should be held accountable for it. I'm not the force that would do so. You know, it's bigger than me, just like it's bigger than you. We don't get to arrest anybody. We don't get to do that. We don't get to file charges on people. No, we don't get to do that. Officials do that, and the charges have already been filed. I just think that it's, again, R. Kelly, Tasha does not live in Illinois. Neither does the BOP officer. Wasn't she getting that information illegally from Wisconsin? I believe, if I'm mistaken, please correct me. But I believe that because the Officer A, did not work in Illinois or New York, where R. Kelly was imprisoned. She didn't work in either one. I believe she worked in Wisconsin. Yes, I believe it was Wisconsin, Officer A. And with her working in Wisconsin, it's jurisdiction now. So it would be a process. they would have, if they are going to file charges on Tasha, the charges would have to be filed from where said information was given. Tasha lived in Georgia when, I don't know where she lived now, but she lived in Georgia when this happened before. Okay, Tasha has since moved to, I believe now, Florida. And so again, that's so you thinking they're not doing nothing. She don't live where the crime happened. So she would have to be extradited to whatever state the charges are going to be brought up on her end, you know, and whatnot. And the same thing with Officer A. The same thing, because she was working in Wisconsin. So she's not even in the city or state or working for the county of the prison system that the BOP was, you know, interrupted from, to where it was, what do you call that? Hacked, if you will. So, yeah, it's a process. So it doesn't mean that they're not doing anything because you don't see any, my lawyers don't see any charges and they don't see this and they don't see that. So that means that nothing is happening and they need to do this because what? You're still going to be incarcerated. You can have a vendetta against Tasha K. That's fine. She did get information allegedly legally. Lifetime did not. The information they got was willing. And you can't sue them. You have to sue the victim. So you could try to sue Lifetime. That won't go nowhere. Fast. That will go nowhere. Nowhere fast, buddy. So, yeah, it's the same thing with Tasha. Yeah, you don't get to... You're weird. You don't get to come forward and tell the police department and internal affairs and whatnot what they are going to do. Like, you're weird. You don't get to do that. But again, I'm not against him feeling like Tasha K should be held accountable. If she committed a crime, she should be, you know, held responsible. She should have to take accountability for said crime. I agree with that. I'm not knocking that. But to try to attack her and make this look like this is all Tasha's fault, it's not. Like, the reason you're in prison is because of you. That has nothing to do with Tasha K. You are that narcissistic to where you even, I can't take responsibility. This has to be somebody's fault. So now, since I can't blame my attorneys and prosecution anymore, now I'm going to blame Tasha K and Lifetime. Okay, and then when those things go nowhere, then who? Then who? Who next? Because you might as well start attacking them now. You might as well start blaming them now because you're going to be exactly where you're at. Again, even if they file charges on Tasha, Robert Steele Your Churn, Sylvester Kelly, even if they bring charges up, you're still going to be there. So if anything, she may be your cellmate, but no, she's not taking your place. She's not doing that. It's not, if they arrest her, I'd be free. No, y'all would just be in jail at the same time. That's all that is, in different counties. That's it. Y'all just be in jail at the same time. That's it. So good luck finding her, because you got to find her. To make some, you don't even know if she lived, nothing. You know, you just talking. You know, anything for anybody else to be the blame but you. Again, so I have to get out of here, y'all. I'm about to go on to Station Head. I love y'all. Thanks for joining me. Thanks for all the super stickers and liking the video. Please like the video. Again, I love y'all. Thank y'all for joining me. Again, I'm no hater. I come with the receipts. I definitely can prove the things that I'm saying. Again, you're mad. Are you mad, girl? Are you mad? So, yeah, your flip. I have to get out of here. Until the next show. Thanks for joining me. I love you guys. Bye. Flex.